I just went to Target and I spoke with a number of people who were all buying Nintendo Switch 2s. I was kind of surprised, because you don't really see this big of a crowd for a for a video game console that's been on the market for a while. So I'm just like, oh yeah, I love my Switch 2. And like everybody just comes around and just like, yeah, we're getting it for Pokopia. And it just kind of blew my mind that everybody is coming out to pick up a Switch 2 today because of Pokopia. And that seems to be the consensus around the community, around what's been going on, and like everything I've seen. Like, Pokopia is going to be a huge hit. Huge. Like, I said it was going to be big, but I was kind of being kind of conservative about it. I was like, oh yeah, it's probably going to do like 5 million hits. At this point, like, I would not be surprised if this does like 10, 20 million units. Like, I would not be shocked if this becomes like the best-selling game on Switch 2. And that's very, very interesting when you look at like the general Nintendo community and how they're treating this right now. Nintendo Land seething about it, Nintendine seething about it. Like, everyone's doing this thing where they're pretending that like this isn't a big deal and that it's shovelware and that Pokemon's on the way out. And then in reality, you have a bunch of people buying Switch 2s for this game. Like, you're seeing, like, you saw these people spurging out about the Nintendo Direct. I'm sorry, the Nintendo Treehouse Live. And the reality is that was very successful. People are super enthusiastic. And that Pokopia looks kino. It looks so good. It looks so good. And yet the narrative has consistently been that this is a franchise that's failing, that nobody cares about. Like, I don't understand that dichotomy of Nintendo fans, where Pokemon is, like, legit the biggest franchise in the world, and yet people seriously think that like, these games don't matter, and that they don't sell, and that they only sell because they're Pokemon, completely misrepresenting why they sell, like, because the games are so good and they're so fun. That's the thing I noticed with Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. People were, like, comparing it to other collections, like, oh, well, Castlevania's around that point, Mega Man Star Force is around that point. Like, are you saying that Pokemon is better than these things? And I'm just like, yeah, Pokemon's way better than all that shit. What are you talking about? Like, the fact of the matter is, Pokemon, if you bought a cartridge of Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green right now, it would run you up like $350 or something like that. I think it was $160 on eBay, but I think in stores they sell it as high as $350. So, like, again, these games are like classics. Like, people really don't understand how big Pokemon is. Like, I don't understand what's so difficult for boomers to understand. Yes, Pokemon is bigger and better than Castlevania, than Mega Man, than fucking The Elder Scrolls, Grand Theft Auto. Like, I don't understand what is so difficult to understand about this being the biggest game franchise in the world. And, like, I know people, like, try and cope and say that, like, that's only because of merchandising and, like, the multimedia features. And I just kind of laugh at that, because even if you make that asinine argument, you have to ignore the fact that these games sell like 20 to 30 million units like every single fucking time, and that their sales have only been going up with time. Like, I would not be surprised if Gen 10 sells like 40 million units. Like, I really genuinely would not be surprised, considering this is a major milestone year and that like all the Dexit controversies have died off. Like, that's just the reality of this, is that like people are upset that Pokemon is as successful and popular as it is. That's just the reality of it. That's just the problem. And that's leading to these weird situations that, like, when Nintendo does something like, say, release Pokemon Trading Card Pocket, it has all this scrutiny. When it comes to the Pokemon Trading Card thing, like, everyone just spurgs out. When it comes to the anime, people spurg out. And when it comes to, like, these games like Pokopia, people treat them like this isn't a big deal, that these aren't system sellers, when they totally fucking are. Everyone's spurging out right now. Like, what's our big holiday game? We have no Direct. Nothing's coming out. And, like, everyone's just completely ignoring the fact that the Pokemon presentation has been confirmed for weeks, that we're almost certainly going to get a Gen 10 announcement, that Pokopia is coming out. Like, this is Pokemon's 30th anniversary. And meanwhile, you have people spurging out about not getting an announcement for a Zelda's 40th, you know? It's like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Like, I love Zelda. It's my favorite thing ever. You know, one of my favorite franchises of all time. But, like, they're clearly gearing up for, like, a major Pokemon celebration right now. So, like, bogging that down with Zelda announcements or, like, you know, Mario's 40th anniversary, like, that doesn't, like, well, yeah, last year was Mario's, but, like, you know, people need to stop, okay? Like, people need to stop spurging out about stuff like this and, like, just kind of face the facts. Like, face reality that Pokemon is super, super, super successful. So by association, that should mean that Pokopia should be something that we should look forward to, that should be a big deal, that should be considered, you know, a highlight of Switch 2. Like, this is something that everyone should be really excited for. And yet, for some weird reason, in spite of my, like, insisting that, like, yeah, this is probably going to be, like, the best game released this year. Love this game. Love the look of it. Like, I love how creative it is. I love the concept. Like, this is going to be Kino. This is going to be peak. Would not be surprised if this is the best game of the year, right? In spite of me, like, telling people that, you know, everyone just kind of ignores me and tries to do this thing like, oh, this isn't a real game. It's like people really felt that this wasn't going to be successful. And, like, I've never heard a good reason as to why. You know, people tried complaining about the visuals. It looks great. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. People tried complaining about the concept. It looks great. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, again, essentially what happened is that people saw that it was Pokemon and just tried to disassociate from it for that reason. There's no other reason for it. Like, when it comes to something like Stardew Valley, like, oh, Stardew, like, Pokopia is going to be better than Stardew Valley. Like, that's just the reality of it. Stardew Valley fucking sucks. Like, Stardew Valley isn't even as good as, like, Harvest Moon games from the 90s, okay? Like, Pokopia is just this game that's clearly going to do huge numbers, clearly going to do well, you know, clearly going to be a big deal, and yet inexplicably, the narrative is and always has been and will be until proven otherwise that this game is a disaster and that nobody cares about it. Like, this is probably going to be the biggest Nintendo L of 2026. Actually, I'm going to make a note of that. Like, the biggest Pretendo L of 2026, the Pokopia thing. This is embarrassing. This is something that really needs to be spelled out to people that Pokopia is going to be a success story. And by association, the Switch 2 is going to be a success story. And so, with those two things in mind, your entire assertion that the Switch 2 is failing and that nobody's excited about it, that no one's going to the store to pick up a copy of a Switch 2 for this game, it's completely fallen apart. It's done. It's finished. It's never coming back. Pokopia has won.